Hey friends, welcome to Canadian Cutting Edge, and today I've got a package from ANV Knives, that's Acta non-Verba, in the Czech Republic, Czechia. They've sent me a couple knives to look at. Now, I've reviewed knives from ANV before, the P200 and the P300. They've got a new knife that's in between the sizes of the 200 and 300, the P250. That's going to be in here. And they've got a new slip joint knife as well, a double detent, so a modern style slip joint knife. It's a smaller slip joint knife, and it comes in 3 different colors. And it's in here. It's the Z070. I reviewed the Z050 a few years ago. So I've got those 3 knives, the P200, P300, Z070 knives. You can watch those reviews on YouTube. I'll link them down below in the video description and in the comments to make it easy for you. And I'll tag 2 of them at the very end of this video as well, so you can click on them there. So without any further ado, let's get into this package and see what we got. All right, let's open this package up. Got one of my favorite utility knives. This is the LTD-06 by Olfa Knives. That's a Japanese knife company. I like how I can totally choose how far I want the blade to stick out. And I can actually resharpen this blade as well if I want to. They're not super easy to find here in Canada, this model, but you can find it. I think I ordered mine on AliExpress. All right. Oh, that's good that they're reusing this. This is, from the foam that they've cut out for their packing for, this is probably a little fixed blade. For the handle, that's a handle shape. I'm using that here. That's reusing. That's one of the best of the 3Rs. And it's just an air bubble. Yep, that's everything in the box. All right. Now the the P250, I'm really looking forward to. And this here, if that shows up, this is the Z070. This is in mint white. They also have it in rose white and in black for the handles. So 3 different colorways. This is a new knife. Like I said, both of these are new knives, newer knives. I did find a store in Canada that has these. The name of the store in Canada is Tenda Canada, so it's gotenda.com. I'll leave a link down below so you can buy these directly in Canada if you want to. But both of these kinds of knives, slip joints and fixed blade knives, they're not a problem for you to import into Canada. And so you can order them directly from ANV. It's anvknives.com. That's great if you're in Europe, especially because Czech Republic is in Europe. And there you go. They've got a signature from the person who assembled it and the person who inspected it. It's always good that it's not the same person who inspects and assembles. And there's some of their knife range right there. Hopefully that shows up on screen. A corner cutout. That's just ideal for picking that up. Little touches. I really like this. Now, Czech Republic means, it's not made in China. It's not made with Chinese parts. It's, proper European company. And there we go. We've got a little bit of, now why does my brain keep forgetting what it's called? Anyways, that dot is glow-in-the-dark material. And let's see. Okay, it's a little tighter than I thought it would be. That's a strong double detent to hold it open. It almost feels like it's locked, which I like. I like that on a slip joint knife. Now this, I don't know if the color is going to show up exactly right. It looks like an ivory with just the tiniest bit of mint green in it. So I think they said they got their colorways inspired by or whatever. They're a little bit like iPhone colors. Small little back spacer. No clip, no lanyard. Just drop it in your pocket. Everything's rounded. Or get a sleeve for it. And a through hole here, which they tend to do on their knives, on the pivot right there. Now this has got a DLC coating on it. And, well, there's the name, Z070NEO. And Sleipner steel. Cryogenic heat treatment on this. Rockwell hardness is right around 60 HRC on this. And made in Czech Republic. And Acta non-Verba on the spine. Their spines tend to be rounded. And there's their ANV logo. So that's an A, an N, and then a V. Acta non-Verba, actions over words, or actions not words. Ooh, that's got a crisp edge. I think that's going to come out very well on my sharpness tester. Now, this is not a review. This is just the unboxing. I'll be doing a full review video on that. I do like this. This is a nice shape, nicely rounded, and then it comes thinner there. So when you're grabbing it, that feels really nice in the hand. And a little bit of a forward choil. I think that's about a 2-inch cutting edge there. Let me see. 2 1/4. 2 1/4 inches of cutting edge for metric, which is most of my audience. Well, maybe half. I got a lot of American viewers. This is like 56, 57 millimeters roughly. I'll do a full measurement later on. That's just the cutting edge measurement. So the blade length is under 2.5 inches. Blade length is just under 60 millimeters, probably about 59, just over 2 1/4 inches. So yeah, it's a nice small, this is very light. And Sleipner is a good, it's a carbon steel. And with the DLC coating, that will be really good for it. And yeah, there was a little bit of dust on it before. Yeah, see, that's not a bad coating job. That's just a little bit of dust in there, which makes sense. Really nice. Push to open. There's no jimping here. That might have been a good touch for opening it. But this is going to pass like all the rules in almost every country. With it being a little stiff like that, it might be considered a two-hand opening, but you can open it with one hand once you know what you're doing. I'm not going to push on the cutting edge, but let's see. Push over, and then on this ricasso, push up and finish. So it's not hard. It's not too difficult to open in one hand, but it's basically a two-hand opening knife. That's nice. That's nice. Now let me see. Take my glasses off so I can see. That looks like T6 screws right there. I don't have my screwdrivers handy down here, but I'm sure that's what it is. And I'm going to try to do this whole video here in one take and not edit it out because I really just don't have time to do a bunch of editing. So there you go. I'll do a full review of that. You can ask any questions in the comments below. I do read all the comments and I respond to every comment if I can. The only ones I don't really respond to are the ones that are inappropriate. People using foul language and stuff. Or just there to insult. Yeah. Anyhow, this other knife, let's look at that. That's the P200. Now it comes several different ways. 3 main colors for the handles. And is it 3 main colors for the blade? Now I don't remember exactly. 2 or 3. Anyhow, see, same thing there. Assembled by and inspected by. We get the card in there. So put that up over there. And simple packaging, but very effective, very secure for shipping. Yeah, I want to test the sharpness before I cut anything with that. So let's do that. Whoop. There we go. Oh, and that's glued down there. Okay, yep, nice. Put that aside. Here we go. So the sheath is Kydex. Comes with this huge belt loop or molly style sheath, and you could move it down if you want to. You could rotate it and do a scout carry system if you want to. You could just use one of these if you wanted to, I guess. And then this is Kydex. Now, the Kydex, they've done a little bit of writing on there. There's ANV. It's got the hole on the end there for drainage and then riveted together. So it's pancake style, nice and thin. You got these holes here to use for other strap systems if you want to. All right. Oh, I skipped ahead. Let me just backtrack for a second because you're going to be asking what the price is for this. I said go 10 to $89.99 Canadian for this. So you're paying about 10 US more in Canada for this knife than it is in the United States. Stores in the United States, Knife Center and Atlantic Knife, I found, have these knives. Knife Center only has like 2 colorways. Atlantic Knife's got all 3. 54, 55, 56 US dollars, something like that. And I don't have any affiliation with any of those knife stores. I'm just going to list them down below to make it convenient for you if you want to get them, and or you can get them directly from ANV. So I forgot to mention the price of that before, so let's put that there. This guy, the new P250 in Canada, again at gotenda.com, $228.99. And yes, there's a price premium for knives that are not made in China, or well-made knives that are not made in China, that is. You can get some junk that's not made in China for low prices, but otherwise, a good knife not made in China is not going to be inexpensive. It's going to cost you a little bit. Now, this isn't crazy expensive. Just under 230 Canadian dollars. In the United States, what are they, $159? A little bit more, a little bit less, depending on where you go shopping. And again, Knife Center's got most of the colorway options. This is the Coyote with the Coyote blade. Now, these lines here, that's the same as the ANV logo, like ANV. So you got their logo on there, and that's Cerakote on there. This is also Sleipner steel, right around HRC. We've got a big swedge across here, and that's a decent sized knife. The handle scales on most of the knives, both of these knives are glass reinforced nylon polymer, which is a decent material. It's light, and this handle's got a lot of texture on it. We've got hexagonal screws on here, so Allen key. I don't know, what's that, 2.5 millimeter? I don't know. I'll check and I'll give you that on the full video. But the handle shape, chimping, and this texture and the swelling, well, that just feels really, really good. I like how that feels in my hand. That's a good feeling on that knife. Now, this isn't in their tactical series. This is in their everyday carry kind of series of fixed blade knives. They do have tactical / military knives. I think they actually make some knives for the Czech military and maybe some other militaries as well. At Sleipner, yeah, it's a good steel. And this colorway, not bad. You can also get it in black with this silvery kind of ANV logo on there. 3 colors of handles, and I think 2 colors on the blade. I might be wrong. I might be misremembering. But that looks pretty good. That's not thick behind the grind. It's not thin either. Probably, well, I'll do the full measurements when I do the full review, but just from my trained fingers, that feels like it's probably just over 20 thou behind that grind, just over 0.5 millimeter. We got a glass breaker back here, like most of their fixed blade knives come out, at least in the everyday carry series. So you can use that end for breaking glass, and then your lanyard gets tied off back there exposed. That's nice. The weight of this thing, not bad. Let's do just a few little measurements. The cutting edge here, yep, about 115 millimeters, something like that. Blade length, 118 millimeters. And what is that for my American friends? The blade length is just a bit over 4.5 inches. And the cutting edge is, again, just tiniest bit less, or a tiny bit more than 4.5. Again, but not quite as long as the blade length. Yeah. So that's nice. Yeah. For an unboxing balance point, let's just do that. Perfect. That's exactly where I want the balance point to be, just where your index finger goes when you're holding it. So yeah, I like that. That's a pretty nice knife. So there you go. I will be doing full reviews of these. I will test them and use them, carry them for a while. And I like having I like dangle carry for a lot of my knives. So you can just attach a dangle carry system if you need to. But these are also very nicely done. So you can pull that out, and that's how you can get at it. Well, you don't even have to get at these sides. Just use your Phillips to unscrew it, and you can move those down and move them around. Well, I already talked about that. And yeah, this is the 2M Molly system. Very light indeed. And the knife itself is not all that heavy. This is a thick blade. What is this? Some people are going to be wondering. I know, I'll do the full measurements. That's just under 1/4 inch on my rudimentary measurements. I've used proper digital vernier calipers when I do my measurements, but that's just under 1/4 inch. What is that in millimeters? It's 5 or 6 millimeters. From my eye, it might be about 5.5 millimeters. So that's a decent thickness of steel, and Sleipner's a decent, carbon steel, and that jimping feels quite nice. Comfortable handle too. So there you go. ANV in Canada. Talk to your favorite knife store if you want them to carry these knives. ANV is wanting to get more into Canada. They certainly deserve to be, and they do make some good quality stuff. Like I said, GoTenda.com, which is Tenda Canada, they've got them, and I've got no relationship at all with that store. But there you go. Hopefully the more, maybe House of Knives can get some of these, maybe Blades Canada, maybe some other retailers, Cutting Edge Cutlery, some other guys. I think they should get some of these knives in. So let your Canadian knife retailer know that you want to see these Czechia knives from Acta non-Verba so that you can get them. That would be a good thing. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. And look out for the full reviews of these. And remember, friends, cut towards your chum, not your thumb.